welcome back to our channel, and today's video is going to be a little different. It's actually not going to be a vlog. I'm in my dining room, aka our school room, and what we're going to be doing in today's video is actually tackling this mess. I've got to get organized. School's going to be starting back in a couple of weeks, so what better time to do it than now? And I have a whole bunch of stuff on the floor. If you guys watched our vlog where we went back to school shopping in a tornado, that was crazy. But we did do that. You'll see all the stuff I bought on that video, but you'll also see it again here if you just stick around. But right now we're gonna tackle this. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. If you're not, welcome back and let's get on with this video. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff in here and I've got a lot to go through. This is pretty deep and there's actually stuff all back there in the back. Then of course, everybody's schoolwork from last year where we have not cleaned it out, no organization whatsoever. Every single drawer is a mess and the bottom one's probably the worst one of all. Then these are all the bags that we have of all the school supplies we bought that we need to go through to try to get this looking a little better. Hopefully it will. And then I actually need to go through, this is all of Briley's completed work. It needs to be filed away for last school year. And Aiden's is pretty empty, but yeah, is this mine? Whose book is this? I have to ask. Okay, so the first thing I think I'm gonna tackle is gonna be this very top portion up here because this is where the bulk of the junk is. I think the bottom drawer is probably the worst just because it's more like art supplies. So it's a lot of just mix and match and nothing goes together in that drawer kinda. But this has probably the most stuff in it. So we're gonna start by decluttering this. We're gonna take everything out. I'm just gonna sit it out. We can go through it and see what I need to keep and what I need to get rid of. So now that the whole thing's cleaned out, I'm gonna go ahead and take the moment just to wipe it down. I'm gonna use my favorite cleaner, which is the Myers. This is the honeysuckle. It smells so good. If you've never used it, you should try it just for the scent. They make candles if you don't really want to do the cleaner. It smells really amazing. But yeah, we're gonna wipe this down just to Okay, so this is everything that came out. There's actually more stuff back there you really can't see. I'm going to just slowly go through this because most of the stuff that I keep in the top is for me. Like my grade books, where I keep teacher supplies, things like that. Books that need to be read throughout the year for literature and all those things. And like I said, all of our main supplies we use throughout the day. A lot of this is fixing to get gone because it's all last year's schoolwork and we don't really have a need for it. So this is what I'm doing next. Okay, so this right here is a crate that I actually got to keep all of Briley's schoolwork in. She does books and this just kind of keeps all her books lined up throughout the year because it makes it a whole lot easier for me. That way when she's done with the book, we can put it back, go grab our next book. So there's quite a few books in here that I'm getting rid of because they're already wrote in and she's already done them. So yeah, that's gonna be our next task, is to go ahead and clean this out and lighten this load because this thing right here is so heavy. Okay, that is all her books that she has done for the year. Is that not crazy? I just realized I didn't clean out word building, so there's 12 more books to add to the pile. These are all my grade books. Okay, so for organizing, I wanted to show you guys what I got in case you didn't see our first video. So I bought these two little bins. Like I said in the video, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with these. Still not 100%. I have this that replaced my red one. Just went with a simple black one. I also have this bin which is replacing my purple bin that I had. And I honestly bought this last year. I'm probably just gonna end up selling all this stuff or donating it because I didn't really use any of this. This ended up holding pretty much nothing. It was just a waste of space. This, which I thought I was gonna really love and use, pretty much held their notebook paper, which was kind of pointless, and nothing ever hardly went here unless it was some books. And then this bin just holds extra papers and honestly didn't hold much of anything, and I'll show you why shortly. But I have this to put stuff in. I emptied this because I have no use, or there's nothing in there right now at the moment. And then I have these. So now it's just a matter of figuring out how I want to go about organizing all this stuff into this stuff. So stay tuned. I know the table's still kind of messy, but for starters, we've switched out a lot of things and I put a lot of things in here. So it's kind of just all supplies I would use, tissues, things like that, tape, chalk for the chalkboard, my little stick pins, rubber bands that I put around my paperclip holder, whiteout, things like that. So I put all that stuff in there. This is probably my favorite little thing that we bought just because it holds so much. I have all my pencils, my pens. I've got to get some more red grading pens. I literally have one. And then I have our scissors. I have my stapler in here, hole punch. I put the rulers in here. Not sure if they'll go in the kids' drawers or stay in here. Glue with some tape. And then I have a bunch of different markers, highlighters, and Sharpies in here. So I kind of like the way this came out. And I think it'll be nice to have everything contained into one area. So I've done that so far, and that's about as far as I've gotten. This takes a lot longer than you think when you start talking about organizing, because you want to do it once and not have to do it a bunch of times. But for me, I'll do it, change it, do it until I actually get it the way I want. That's why I decided to pause the camera, let me think how I want to do this, and then I can move on to the next thing. So far these two things are ready, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Okay, so I'm at a point now where I really feel like I need to go ahead and empty the rest of the drawers out just to kind of see what I have, get out my new school supplies and go through that, because I still have this bin that was gonna be more like a catch-all type thing, but now I'm thinking it might be more like construction paper, maybe some art supplies can go in here. And then I'm thinking these bins might end up being one per child so they can kind of keep up with their stuff in there. Not sure, so until I get everything out, maybe it'd be better to go ahead and get it all out, go through, and then kind of make a decision for these. I don't know, like I said, organizing can be harder than it looks. Okay, so here's one pile that I have to go through, and there is the other pile. This is all Abe's like counting blocks and things that honestly have no idea why they're just loose in his drawer, but what if, we're gonna clean that up. And I have me a snack because I was getting a little hungry. Alright guys, here we go. Dun da da da. So so much better. So, just to let you know, I kept my bin the exact same. It's just emptied right now. It'll be filled back up once we get her curriculum. This is my book. This is where I keep all my grades for Briley's stuff because I have a completely separate book for Aiden's. But this is the one I keep. But I do keep up with both kids' records in here, attendance and all that. So this is my book right here. I have this all organized. We went ahead and put the little erasers on the pencils. I have pens in here. If you spin it around, I have markers and Sharpies and highlighters. I have glue sticks, some tape. And then on this side, I have our scissors, and I have my stapler and staples and a hole punch and all that there. I'm gonna move this so you can see back here. In this box, I just put Aiden's counting blocks, and in that mason jar, I put his counting disc. And that folder right there actually has some things in it. It's empty right now, but I'm sure I'll fill it back up. The folder back there in the very, very back of the cabinet, that is actually school records and things like that. In this little book holder, I have some books that Briley reads throughout the year. She didn't get a chance to read all those yet, so we're definitely gonna work on those this year. Put this back. Then I have our little stick pins that are here that we're going to use for our bulletin board that I cannot find. Oh my gosh, I thought I had it, and now we've came home, we can't find it. So I'm gonna have to buy a bulletin board to hang up, but I love those little wood ones. I have the pencil sharpener here. On the top shelf, I did end up using both baskets, and I'll show you what's in here. We kind of already did this, but just to give you a little bit of an overview, I have tape and chalk and post-it notes and some more push pins, a calculator. I have just random stuff right in this one, but I do have some whiteout, an extra glue stick, rubber bands, and paper clips, some extra tissues. So I have that in that bin. In this one, it's kind of like Aiden's extras. His glasses are in here. I have his paints, some extra rulers, a lacing tool, and also I found these little clocks, and they come in real handy when you're trying to do some schoolwork with clocks because we were learning clocks this past year. So I have all his stuff right there in that, and plenty of room to put extras as the school year goes on. Then this bin I designated for Briley's items, and this just has like colored pencils, her math tools, some multiplications that I've had these things forever, but they just cost a lot and I really like them, so I'm saving them when Aiden needs to use them. So I stuck those in there. Her little dice, we play math with these. This is a little activity, and then the little caution cone, which is something I use during school. So I have all her stuff there. But yeah, I think this part looks so much better. Moving down to this drawer, there's only one thing in here right now. This is actually Aiden's formation cards. It's his cursive writing, but this will be full with all of his school books once they get here. This is going to be his basic drawer that he keeps all his belongings in. I have crayons, markers, his ruler right here, a pack of tissues, and then I have his binder. And in his binder, it's pretty much just some individual little file folders, and then he has some things in here from last year, and then I have a whole lot of notebook paper there. But that looks so much better from the first one I showed you. Then Briley's is very similar. In hers a little different, it's definitely neater, but she has some notebooks because she will need those for school. Her ruler, I have this little tray right here. It has some extra math tools, an eraser, and a pack of tissues. She got this board because she wanted to try to have this for math, so when she's writing and doing problems, she can just quickly erase them. So we bought that just for anything she might need it for. She has her notebook in here as well that holds all her papers and everything. And then she has her nice math calculator in here. That one looks better. But what's most impressive is this one. Oh my gosh. We look like we have no supplies now, but we actually do. In this, I decided to put my construction paper. So I have all that in here, which is nice because it keeps it all neat. I have just some different little arts and craft things here, some felt, just depending on what we're gonna need. I have little googly eyes because you never know what projects we're gonna have. I have a little bit of glitter in here. Briley has more where her slime is kept. And then we have some colorful popsicle sticks, But overall, I have to say, it is so much nicer to open any one of these, especially the top. I just love the way it looks, and I'm super excited and happy that it's finished. Okay guys, so that is it for organizing my schoolroom. I'm not done. I probably will do another one of these videos because, like I said, I definitely want to get some things put up on the walls. Once her school supplies actually get here, I'm gonna have to organize those. But I definitely am satisfied with what I've done so far. It looks so much better. I'm super happy with the way it came out. And yeah, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, leave me a comment down below if you have any organization tips or tricks you'd like to share. Let me know, or if there are any other videos you'd like to see, let me know that as well. Because every now and then, it's nice to just kind of do some of these videos, just because, you know, it gets me motivated, and maybe it got you motivated as well. Also, subscribe if you're not, and we'll see you guys in the next video.